to greet the many friends of the yeshiva and alumni especially, and to speak a bit about Rosh Hashanah, Haba Aleinu L'Tova. We are still in the midst of the summer months, and Rosh Hashanah is approaching very, very quickly. We have to focus on probably the easiest question, but I think one of the hardest answers, and that is that what is the point of Rosh Hashanah? Why are we celebrating Rosh Hashanah? One would think that the culmination of everything that is the year, on that first day of the year, we should be focused specifically on tshuva. We should be specifically focused on slichos. We should be crying out to Hashem because we know that last year maybe wasn't exactly as perfect as we thought it would be. And maybe 1 year ago, we made some promises to the Rebbeinu Shalom, to Hashem, that we didn't exactly keep. And therefore, that's the day we should be doing tshuva. Why are we waiting until Yom Kippur to do that? Why are we waiting until Sarasuni tshuva? But if we look at the many tefillos that we say on the day of Rosh Hashanah, there seems to be little focus on tshuva. In fact, there are even questions in halacha, what exactly a person should be saying. The actually Avinu Malkeinu Chatanu Lefanecha, there are those who hold that it's not appropriate to say on such a day. How could it be? We know that there is a dual motif of the day. It is true that there is an inyan of simcha, which is very well discussed in the Achronim, the idea of simchas yontiv, of having actual meals and rejoicing. That is important. On the other hand, of course, is the day of the year of V'chachad. We know the Gemara tells us there's no Hallel because the books are open. However, there is one very important theme, and if we miss this theme, we really missed all of Rosh Hashanah. There is a tremendous focus really on one word, and the word is Melech, and the word is Malchus. And that is the idea that the Rebbeinu Shalom, on this day, revealed himself to the world, and this is the day of Malchus. This is the day the Jewish people should be recognizing the fact that he is the king over the entire world. There is an interesting idea that I heard in the name of a Rav in America, Rav Ellinger. Rav Ellinger brings out a beautiful point I never thought of before. One of the piyutim that we'll be saying on Rosh Hashanah will be the beautiful, those boys that remember the beautiful tune, Hashem Melech, Hashem Melech, Hashem Yimloch Li'olam Va'ed. We say this every single day in Yichavot. It's beautiful. But if we think for a moment, what is it saying? Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch Li'olam Va'ed. So it says that Hashem is king, Hashem was king, and Hashem will be king. Grammatically, that's incorrect. It should say that Hashem was king, Hashem is king, and Hashem will be king. But we don't say that. It's very interesting. The answer, says Rav Ellinger, is a beautiful idea, and that is that what is most difficult for us is to recognize that Hashem is king now. The famous line, of course, in the Az Yashir says, Hashem Yimloch Li'olam Va'ed. Says the Midrash, had Bnei Yisrael said the term Hashem Melech, that would be the ultimate Geulah. Even in the time of amazing Nisim v'Neflos, it was difficult for the Jews to make the statement, God is king now. Because the truth is, most of us recognize the fact that Hashem was king. Most Jews, if you ask them, do they know about Avraham Avinu? Yes, I believe in Avraham Avinu. I believe in Yitzhak. I believe the Torah is given from Sinai. But you know what? Okay, but now it's like a little bit difficult for me to follow all the mitzvahs of the king. But I believe in that. And in fact, many Jews probably believe in the end of days. There's no atheist in a fox, so they believe it. Okay, maybe there will be a Mashiach one day. That's the Hashem Yimloch Li'olam Va'ed. Hashem Malach. Most of us believe that. The Rambam writes that this is one of the focal points. Because oftentimes when we speak to our friends, he writes, says the Rambam, we have a difficulty. The difficulty is that we're not really listening to him. We're listening to him in order for us to answer what we call the future. He's telling you, oh, this summer I went on a vacation, you wouldn't believe it, it was unbelievable. And we're just listening to this, so what's our response? You think that's a vacation? Oh, I went on a vacation, oh, it was a vacation of all vacations. We're always in the future, we're always thinking of the future. What are the repercussions of this? Live for the present. Live for the present. Hashem Melech, God is king over the world. Rosh Hashanah should remind us of the fact that if we knew every single time that Hashem is Shavisi Hashem L'nei Yisam, as the first Ramot says in Siman Aleph, God is in front of me, so of course we wouldn't sin. If before we were to do something, every time we think about, wait a minute, the king is right here. Should I be doing that? No, I shouldn't. And therefore, that's the focal point. We can't do any tshuva until we recognize that. And therefore, we spend not 1 day, but even in Eretz Yisrael 2 days, focusing on the Malchus of Hashem, coronating the king.
And we repeat this, and every single day we make this statement in Oz Yashir. Hashem Melech. Let's start with Malchus. Let's remember that in Oz Yashir we can only say Hashem Yimloch Le'olam V'ed. That is the hardest part of recognizing God's reign over the world. And finally, Hari Kedem quotes in the name of Rav Soloveitchik, who says really halacha, based on if a person forgets in davening. So he learned down in the name of his grandfather Rav Chaim that the key, the essence of the day is Malchus. The essence of Rosh Hashanah itself is coronating the king. And there's halacha l'maisa, ramifications of which bracha you forgot in the Musaf Shemon Esrei. Because Malchus is the key, and everybody agrees that if you forget the Malchus bracha, Melech HaKolaris, that you have to repeat, because that is it, that's it, it's Malchus. Yes, there's a message in Shofros. Yes, there's an important message in Chonos. But the message is recognizing that God is king over the entire world. And every year we have to stop and we have to focus on that. And we have tools that we use. We use the shofar to get, but it's all to remember that one thing. If we were in everything that we did said, is this what the king wants of me? Should I be doing this? The king wants us to increase our mitzvahs. He wants us to increase our Torah. That's what we should be focusing on. And therefore we can't move without the 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. We can't even start the tshuva process. Because do I believe that he's king now? We should think about this focal point. And we should focus, when we're focusing on our davening and mitzvah Hashem, and everybody should take time, not on Rosh Hashanah, but even before Rosh Hashanah, a few days before, and open up the Malchus. And underline the amount of times that we refer to Malchus Hashem. You'll be dumbfounded with the amount of times that we refer to it. That is the key, that is the focal point of the day. Let us all have the tremendous chus of recognizing that God has given us these 2 days, these days to concentrate on His Malchus, of recognizing Shavisi Hashem L'negdi Tom, and everything I do is to promote the Malchus of Hashem, for not only us, but for others to recognize the Malchus of Hashem. And my last message is, of course, to the dear Talmidim. Every year you have this tremendous opportunity to accept anew the Torah, to accept anew the Malchus of Hashem. What will you be doing this year to increase the Malchus of Hashem in this world? That is a question that only you can answer, and is only something that you can do, each individual on his own level, but in an amazing way. And even Rav Hartstien sitting here in the beautiful Yeshivat Lev Torah can't do the way you can do it. So think what you can do to continue the Malchus Hashem in this world on this auspicious day. Shoshan